Hello learners, this is Easy Engineering. Today, we are going to talk about another fun topic in physics. It is all about the Theory of Relativity. Exactly how many sticks do you see? He says it's 4 and he says it's 3. So, who is right? Well, actually, they are both right. They just saw it differently since they look at it through different reference frames. Now, what exactly are reference frames? A reference frame is a point of view that one uses to determine the action of the object. To understand better, take a look at this example. Suppose you have a car and 3 observers at different places. The first observer is inside the car, the second is in front of the car, and the third observer is behind the car. Once this car starts honking, all 3 observers will record the sound. Before we begin, recall that sound is a wave, and waves from a moving source get bunched up in the front and looser at the back. From behind, the observer heard a low-pitched sound, which means that the sound wave is looser. From inside the car, the observer heard a medium-pitched sound, and from the front, the observer heard a high-pitched sound, which means that the sound wave is tighter. So what sound was the car really making? Well, it was really making all 3 pitches at the same time, each pitch relative to one observer. But what if we had infinitely many observers? Then the car would be making infinitely many sounds. But even if all observers argue about the real sound, no observer is wrong. The second thing we need to learn is that the speed of light is the same for all observers. This is what we call time dilation. Note that time dilation is a theory of special relativity. To explain what time dilation is, let's imagine a beam of light being reflected between 2 mirrors. Replicating this setup, we have another set of mirrors, but this time, the mirrors are moving close to the speed of light. We can see that in the moving set of mirrors, the beam of light is moving at a greater distance. The speed of light must be the same for both set of mirrors, and their light beam must hit the bottom mirror after the same amount of time has passed. But as the moving set of mirrors is covering a longer distance, how is it possible? Well, the only way for this to work is if the time for the moving mirror slows down. Look at it this way. Distance equates to the speed of light, constant multiplied by time. Since the light beam on the moving set of mirrors has to travel a longer distance and the speed of light is constant, each tick of the time takes longer. This only means that a moving clock runs slower. In the same logic, the faster a person runs, the slower the clock ticks. Take for example, Shelley Ann Fraser Price, the woman who broke Usain Bolt's record. Suppose she ran at 96.8% the speed of light and took about 10 seconds to finish a race according to her clock. A stationary judge would record 40 seconds, to which she would obviously object. But their argument is rather pointless since time is relative. The main point here is that observers in different frames will consider different versions of reality. On another note, the theory of special relativity that discusses about time dilation only works for circumstances when things move at constant speeds through the universe. But what will happen when objects speed up? What about the effect of gravity? And come to think of it, what is gravitational pull after all? Einstein theorized that objects warp space-time around it, causing it to become curved, and as a result, objects experience gravitational attraction to each other. It's quite confusing, right? To explain this further, let us suppose that this rectangle is the space. Once you place an object, suppose a planet, to the rectangle, you can see that the rectangle becomes curved. This shows that the space represented by the rectangle is warped or distorted. Now, suppose that we have another object placed on the rectangle, say another planet. You can see that the space, the second planet, is in cause another curve to the rectangle. This explains how objects experience gravitational attraction to each other. The warping of space-time explains how objects behave as they move through space, and this is the general theory of relativity. So that's all of it. But before we end this video, let us summarize it all. Our topic for today is a brief discussion about the theory of relativity. Here we talk about reference frames and how it affects the observers. We also talk about the theory of special relativity, which is time dilation, and how it explains why time is relative. Lastly, we talk about the general theory of relativity. Now, did you enjoy our topic for today? I hope you certainly did. See you again next time for more interesting and fun topics only here in Is Engineering. We make engineering topics easy and fun for you.